basically what's referred to as the WNBA on Peacock, the media, going out and celebrating Fudd's performance and prematurely.
That was the mainstream WNBA media on NBC and Peacock. And what they just did is an absolute embarrassment to professional sports journalism. Make no mistake about it, the anti-Caitlin Clark agenda is alive, well, and operating in broad daylight. Over the weekend, the mainstream media network publicly fabricated a league record to celebrate a rookie player, while completely erasing Caitlin Clark's historic achievements from the record books. The network blasted out a graphic claiming that Dallas Wings rookie Azzi Fudd broke the all-time rookie record by hitting 6 three-pointers in a single game against the New York Liberty. It was a massive headline, widely celebrated across their platforms, pushing a narrative that a new star had eclipsed the field. The only problem? It was entirely fake news. It was a complete lie designed to rewrite history, and it backfired on them in less than 60 seconds.
WNBA on NBC and Peacock, Azzi Fudd's 6 three-pointers against the Liberty were the most ever by a rookie in a game. Except it wasn't.
You are looking at absolute justice. The ink wasn't even dry on that biased network post before the fans stepped in and completely dismantled the narrative. The community notes hit them like a freight train, correcting the record for millions of viewers to see. The real record does not belong to Azzi Fudd. The real rookie record belongs to the standard-bearer of women's basketball, Caitlin Clark, who slammed home 7 three-pointers in a single game against the Washington Mystics back in June of 2024. The media did not want you to remember that. They did not want to put respect on number 22's name. They thought they could sneak a fake stat past the public to boost their preferred narrative. But the fans did not miss. The blowback was immediate, it was severe, and it proved once again that the corporate sports media will do anything to avoid giving Caitlin Clark the credit she earned.
Readers added context. Caitlin Clark made 7 three-pointers in a game her rookie year in June of 2024 against the Mystics. Is this note helpful? Yeah, because it's factual. Yeah, it's factual. I didn't know I was going to have to. There we go. Yeah, that note is helpful. Right here.
Let that sink in. The official broadcast partner of the league had to be fact-checked by everyday sports fans because their reporting was that sloppy, that desperate, and that inaccurate. This isn't just a simple typo, folks. This is a pattern of behavior from an establishment that has been suffering from a severe case of envy and betrayal since day one. They are trying to build up any other player at the expense of the woman who is single-handedly keeping the lights on in their arenas. The actual truth of the matter is that Azzi Fudd did not set a WNBA record. She set a franchise record for the Dallas Wings. The actual all-time league rookie record is 7, held by Crystal Robinson in 1999 and matched perfectly by Caitlin Clark during her legendary 2024 rookie campaign. But instead of reporting the actual facts, NBC and Peacock decided to push an agenda, and what comes next is the moment that broke this whole thing wide open.
I can't even do it. Fudd set the record for most threes by a rookie in Dallas Wing history. The league record is 7, held by Crystal Robinson in 1999, Caitlin Clark in 2024. Wrong. Most by a rookie in a game as Clark with 7.
Look at the numbers on your screen. In that historic June 2024 game against the Mystics, Caitlin Clark didn't just hit 7 long-range bombs. She dropped 38 points, dished out 7 assists, and captured the hearts of real basketball fans across the country. She also had another game against Dallas, where she dropped 35 points and 6 threes. The records are concrete, the data is permanent, and the tape does not lie. Yet, the corporate media spent the entire weekend trying to act like June 7, 2024 never happened. They chose to ignore the history books completely, just to elevate a new player who, quite frankly, hasn't earned that spotlight yet. And to make matters worse, while the media was busy protecting her with fake stats, Azzi Fudd was in her post-game press conference, complaining about having to play tough road games in front of packed crowds.
By the way, Azzi Fudd in an interview was bitching about having to play road games. What? Snowflake? What are we doing here?
We are talking about professional athletes here, folks. Complaining about road games while the media manufactures fake records to protect your feelings is peak snowflake behavior. It is soft, it is entitled, and it is the exact opposite of what Caitlin Clark went through. Clark took every single hit, faced every double team, endured the hostile crowds, and delivered historic performances night after night without a single complaint. The fans see the contrast clear as day. The comments section lit up like a Christmas tree, calling the network a clout-chasing operation and an embarrassment to sports reporting. People are tired of the manipulation. They are tired of the constant downplaying of generational talent because the real story isn't just what happened tonight. It's what this means for everything coming next.
Fake news, yeah. You guys are embarrassing with shotting reporting. We just talked about the WNBA media earlier in my last video. So we're just gonna lie now. Liar! Everybody loves a little Anakin Skywalker.
The level of disrespect from the WNBA media mafia has reached a boiling point. When fans have to act as the primary fact-checkers for a multi-billion-dollar television network, the credibility of the entire sport hangs in the balance. They are so blinded by their corporate agenda that they forgot the golden rule of modern sports. The fans possess memory, the fans possess the internet, and the fans will protect the integrity of the game even when the broadcasters refuse to. This brings us to a historical perspective that the older generation of sports fans understands better than anyone. This isn't the first time the basketball establishment tried to bury a generational icon to protect the old guard. Back in the early days of the league, we saw similar patterns where established institutions closed ranks against outsiders who brought massive new audiences with them. We saw how the establishment initially resisted the cultural shifts brought by players who broke the traditional mold. The pattern is clear. When an extraordinary force threatens the existing power dynamics of a sports league, the gatekeepers try to control the narrative by shifting the goalposts or inventing alternative heroes. We saw it decades ago, and we are witnessing the exact same playbook being run against Caitlin Clark today.
Clout-chasing scumbag. Fake news. This is not a record. They're trying. What do I say? What, agenda is real? Yukon Mafia. Your boy is right.
Let's analyze this situation from three distinct angles to understand the full scope of the damage. First, look at the broadcast angle. When a network like NBC loses the trust of its core viewership over basic factual data, it compromises their entire coverage for the rest of the season. Second, look at the player angle. By fabricating a record for Azzi Fudd, the media actually did her a massive disservice, exposing a young player to immense public backlash and community ridicule just to satisfy a corporate narrative. Third, look at the fan angle. This kind of shoddy reporting is precisely why traditional viewership numbers collapse when the main attraction isn't on the floor. Fans are tuning out the mainstream talking heads and turning to independent platforms because they want the raw truth, not a curated corporate storyline.
7 threes. We're going to ignore that completely. Who's fact-checking over at NBC? It's fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
The corporate media house of cards is completely crumbling down. You can see it in the sheer speed of that community note. The digital network didn't even have time to celebrate their manufactured milestone before the public archive corrected the record permanently. It proves that the audience is hyper-vigilant. Looking forward into the remaining months of the 2026 season, this incident will have major implications. Number 1. Network executives are going to have to enforce stricter editorial standards because the public will no longer tolerate biased reporting. Number 2. The narrative that other rookies are effortlessly surpassing Clark's historic benchmarks has been exposed as an absolute myth. Number 3. Independent sports media will continue to grow rapidly as viewers seek out honest, unfiltered commentary. And here's the one thing nobody is talking about. The biggest consequence of all is still coming.
Y'all got community noted. The ink wasn't dry on the Twitter X post. You bitches got community noted that quick.
To every single one of you watching at home who noticed that fake graphic and immediately felt that something wasn't right, you were completely justified. The fans who stood up, demanded accuracy, and forced a major network to face the truth are the real heroes of this story. You called out the fake news, You protected the historical record, and you proved that the public memory cannot be wiped away by a corporate media agenda. Tonight, the fans won a massive victory for factual sports journalism. The network tried to bury the achievement of a generational superstar, but the collective power of the basketball community forced them into a public humiliation.
Make sure you're still subscribed. Again, happy Memorial Day. Fever, that's how you rock a flag in this dojo. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Make no mistake about it. When a mainstream television network actively deletes a superstar's landmark record from their graphics, it is not an innocent mistake. It is a deliberate statement of intent. The corporate media tried to rewrite history to diminish Caitlin Clark's impact on the game. But the fans stood the ground, deployed the facts, and secured an immediate public vindication. Now I want to hear directly from you. Do you believe this fake record graphic was a genuine editorial oversight by the network, or was it a calculated attempt to diminish Caitlin Clark's legacy? Sound off in the comments below with your thoughts. Before you head out, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a like on this video to keep supporting honest, no-holds-barred sports commentary. Thank you for watching the show, stay vigilant, and I will see you next time.